Guess what, everybody? We're fucking back for another fucking episode of this bullshit. Fuck this podcast. I'm about to be like fucking Steve Sharippa.
Fuck this podcast. I'm out.
I'm like, we were better friends before this fucking stupid podcast.
Oh, dude, he hates Michael.
I know. So listen, we're back with another fucking episode. This one is what? The Heart Attack. We just watched it.
Funny episode.
When I smoke that shit, I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah, that's,
So
what is that? It's good.
God damn it. So yeah, I mean,
This is the Sativa
Sativa
Mix.
hybrid.
bread mix. Sativa. Yo, come on now.
I blow hits at him all day. He claims to get some stone.
So yeah, we're back with another episode of the best podcast.
Bitches.
I mean, yeah, this is
Do me one
what?
favor.
What?
Breathe a little less Michael Myers-y.
It's impossible for me, and you know that. So
Oh, I'm saying, just it's not
I don't
possible.
have
He
nose
doesn't have nasal
function.
glands.
No, I have a lot of allergies, especially to dogs.
But why do you come here?
I don't know.
Didn't you grow up with dogs?
Yeah, and so I've never been able to breathe through my nose.
You've never once breathed through your nose
I mean, I
in life?
That
You
didn't
need a little
concern.
spray? You want some nasal spray?
That
Doesn't
didn't
work.
concern your parents when
No, I
you
got
were a
that good
baby.
shit.
they don't get they.
Yo, I got that good shit.
I've done it before. I've done it all.
You telling me you take a hit of nasal spray right now, you're not going to be
No, it don't work.
Cocaine.
It doesn't work on me.
He loves the smell of that stuff.
I don't.
You know, it's interesting that you have this problem
What?
because this episode we discuss medical issues.
Yes,
Like
one of them being
I apologize.
tonsils or wisdom teeth.
that. Tonsils. George's tonsils.
I still have
Saying
my
you
tonsils.
You could go to tour for your.
Yeah,
Correct
that is
me.
true. That is true. I still have my tonsils. Do you both?
Yes.
Yes. I
Really?
could probably get rid of mine.
That's because that stopped being a thing.
We're not allowed to associate with non-tonsil
You know,
people.
someone told me the reason I always cough the way I cough is because of my tonsils. They were like, I had the same exact issue. The ailment. What ails you ailed me, they say. Tonsils.
Yeah,
I've been coughing since I was like 14.
me too. Post-nasal drip, though.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
That's
you know,
why I
also
have-
used to think post-nasal drip was a medicine when I was a kid.
It
They'd
sounds
be
like
like,
a
oh,
medicine.
post-nasal drip. I'm like, sounds like a medicine.
Does sound like a medicine.
Again, an ailment.
So my grandfather had it. Not bet heavy.
Who, Dan?
Yeah,
He made the dandle.
he did.
Inventor. Roman's
He
grandfather.
was an
Dan
inventor. And
was an inventor.
Mogolf.
What did he invent?
He invented a couple things. The two most famous were the dandle, which he cut the toe off a loafer and turned them into sandals.
Called them dandles.
His name was Dan.
Just
and then
one
he,
toe or all the toes?
like the whole like toe box, if you will, of a loafer.
Exposed
He
toe.
invented slides.
But they're like loafer slides. And then he invented a thing called Mogolf, which was in his old age he didn't like to take the cart on the golf course because he was like, I want to stay fit and walk and stuff. So he invented this thing called Mogolf, which was a remote controlled cart that would carry his clubs, and they let him bring it on the course. And I have it. My dad has it.
What? And you just walk up the course.
He had the
and-
remote, and he would just drive it
Is it
around.
like a big crazy remote? Because it was.
Yeah, with the antenna coming out and shit, all that.
I'd like to see how that works.
I have a picture of
Yeah, I've seen
the
Mogolf.
cart.
Really?
Not
It's
in
a real
action.
thing?
Yes. I've seen it. No, I've seen his grandfather's version. I don't know if it's another thing, but
I never seen it.
well,
He invented these things on the farm?
No, he didn't live on the farm. What?
they're like the fucking. They're like the monsters.
What kind of farm family are you?
They got
What
an
do you
inventor
mean?
grandfather.
There's no grandfather.
Yeah,
you
there's not an
seen-
old man that's like crotchety. crotchety old man
Still,
making like shit out of wood.
Right, there's no pies on the windowsill.
He's steam bending skis for the winter so everyone can get around.
There's
He's
no
bending
cider.
wood.
no,
No
listen.
cider, no wine.
No, I make cider. Dude, no, I made some.
You're cider?
No, yo, I made some
Remember
fire
when,
cider.
remember when Newman has the cider and the mutton?
A tongue coming under the door.
Remember when strong cider?
Look, this is like the last thing I sent you was this picture.
You know, listen.
You and Chris, but look what else is in this group chat. The pictures of my textbooks.
Roman.
Show Drew.
This I made this
His
when we made
textbooks,
textbooks
they made
in
them
elementary
draw
school.
textbooks. Show him the next picture.
You're probably
Look, it's a pulley.
We are in season 2, episode what? 13?
Is it?
No, it's episode
No,
7.
it's like
oh no,
episode
this is going by
5.
episodes here. Yeah, it's episode I believe 5. Let's see.
Well, if it's going by number,
Yes, there were
So
6
then
in the
it would
first
be-
one, right?
episode 7, I believe.
Yeah, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Episode 8, season 2, dropped on April 25th, 1991.
Fall
Damn.
91.
Yep. So
91,
that's when this
huh?
came out. And
Great year.
yeah,
Why?
Really good sneakers came out that year.
music,
What sneakers came out that year?
Oh man, Jordan 6s came out in 91.
Yeah.
BW
That's true.
Persians came out in 91.
And, but imagine, but all the other
Um,
stuff that was flowing. In
you
that,
have to realize
episode.
that 90s were still sitting on shelves in 90. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you were able to go in the
you could
privately
still go
owned
get Air Max
places.
1s. You could still go
Right.
get Jordan 1s just retroed for the first time.
Right, and it was
Yeah.
it was.
No, I'm sorry. That we actually had no.
No, it
the
was-
first retro was 94.
I remember I
sorry.
fucking
Really? I thought it
I
was.
fucking lost my mind with fucking when BW Persians came out.
Yeah, you
that
love
was
that
the
shit.
biggest fucking.
I enjoy that
bubble.
too. That's
Yeah.
a nice
That was the
shoe.
biggest fucking bubble
BW
ever.
stands for big window.
Big windows. Right.
Yeah, good shoe.
Anyway,
yeah, it was a great
91,
year.
spring of 91.
Terminator 2 came out that year.
Yes.
Banger. Best action movie of all time.
So yeah, and you know, as we said last time, the last episode had lower ratings than usual. So you know, I don't know how the ratings were on this one, but I assume better because the series continued.
Yeah.
So this is called The Heart Attack. The way this one starts is Jerry doing stand up as usual, and his stand up content is him talking about enjoying adulthood.
Right.
And one of the main reasons is his appetite. If he wants a cookie, he has a cookie. If he
Yeah,
wants
you
10
just can
cookies, he has
fire
10
off.
cookies. When you're a kid, they tell you you're going to lose your appetite. And it's funny because this is like, I realize as we're going through this show this way, because I'm thinking about it differently when we watch it and talk about it, there's so many things I held on to through this series. Like this, when he's like, I have another appetite coming right around the corner. And another one. I
Right,
never run
yeah,
out of
yeah.
appetites.
Yeah.
This is true.
It's the same, yeah. Like, even if you're like, let's have it later. What the fuck? Yeah. But that always stuck with me was the appetite thing because, yeah, I've got millions of them. So,
Unlimited appetites.
Yeah.
that
No,
runs
that is true.
into Jerry's apartment, and he's watching TV show, movie with
Something.
with Larry playing the character.
So yeah, like I don't know what it is. Like, is it just they just shot that for the show?
Yeah.
So interesting because
well-
you don't really ever see that like
No.
in the
it's
show.
funny because
And there's not even a reference to it, is it?
No, he
here there
doesn't
is.
even like. Is
So,
it really?
well, it says that Larry had an uncredited role as the B movie actor whose vexing line, "Flaming globes of Sigmund," infiltrated Jerry's subconscious, causing him to scribble a potential comedy hit.
Like, what
bit.
does that even mean?
That- yeah, like-
Flaming globes of Sigmund.
That Larry, like, I imagine Larry just came up with that.
Yeah, you
And,
improv
like,
there, right there, boom.
Yeah, and they had him in like a silver spacesuit.
Right. Yeah.
But it's funny that they credited him in the show like it was a real movie.
I
Flaming
bet
Globes.
you he was trying to do like like it reminds me of like Soylent Green is made of people.
Right, yeah.
Charlton Heston does that.
Yes.
And he,
Yeah, it's definitely
it's similar to that.
He's doing something like that.
That's the vibe I get from it.
Wow. I'm just going through some of these facts. So he wakes up, he watches that, and then he wakes up in the middle of the night and scribbles something down
Yeah.
and just has a real. I always thought it was funny how Jerry. It seems like he genuinely laughed there when he thought about it.
Yeah, it
'Cause
does. Yeah.
Jerry's. The funny part is him being a bad actor, and that seemed
Right.
like he was actually laughing. So that seemed funny. That's another thing I can reference right there. Writing things down. Now I'll put things in my notes, but I wake up in the middle of the night a lot of the times with a thought, and instead of writing it in my phone, I go, I'll remember that, and the next day I go,
Yeah, you never remember.
I mean, 1 out of 100 you'll remember.
Yeah, oh, 100%.
Sucks.
Well, it's like dreams, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you have a
Like,
dream
why
and
wouldn't
then
I
you...
just and there are times where I do write it down. The reason
Right.
I don't is I'm like, I gotta get the phone, open the phone, write it down. Well, I'll wake myself
Yeah,
up.
no, it's not worth it.
But the best thing would to just have an old school Norm Macdonald tape recorder. Note to self.
Or a Calculon, or a Computron.
Wait, my phone has a recorder.
Talk Boy.
Oh, that would be
What
sick.
the
Home
fuck is
Alone.
that?
And I'll
What the
Home
fuck is
Alone 2
Talk
with the
Boy?
recorder he has.
It's called Talk
It's
Boy?
called Talk Boy.
That's
They
funny.
offered that.
That was a hot toy. That
That
Greg
was-
Rothwell had one.
Oh, with the little fucking stem that came out.
Yes.
Yo, I
Play
feel
that.
like...
I'm Kevin McAllister, the father.
Yes.
Play it real slow. Yeah.
Yo, classic Tim Curry killed it.
Yeah, man. Donald Trump. was in
And
that
wait,
shit.
wasn't Rob Schneider in that too?
Yeah, he played the bus boy.
The bellhop.
He gave him, and he gave him gum, and then when he was going to give him a real tip, he said, "Nah, I still got some tip left." Trying to flash him the cash.
True.
So,
Fucking yeah, I think my boy had one of those Johns with the stem on it.
yes, the Talk Boy. You could. They had a thing where you could like send away for it through the mail, through like cereal or
Yeah.
some shit. And I remember probably a few people having it, but this one kid in particular had it, and he was a friend of mine, and we would use it and
Right.
record stuff. And
What
thought it was
about-
the best shit ever. Then we just like played music off it, but it
Well,
had
it
so
was
many
just a
functions. It would run out of battery fast.
What about
Really?
your purchase? Speaking of old toys,
Okay, Drew, I bought a thing the other day on eBay called a Computron.
Okay.
Do you remember that? It was like a little. It looked like a computer. It's like a little plastic shell with a black screen and like a fixed keyboard, and you could put discs in. You could play games. We had one. It was they sold it at Sears. Someone probably got it free promotional, or it was like on sale and they bought it. We never had any additional games, but you could play like Hangman, and like you had like 5 games
Oregon
on it.
Trail.
No, it was way before that. Drew, you know what it has? Alarm clock technology, all 8s. So it can only play like it's literally it's a calculator. It's a big calculator screen.
Okay.
I bought one the other day. I found a brand new one on
Oh.
eBay because I was telling him about it. It was like $40 shipped.
What about
I offered them
Jug Wars?
$20 and they took it.
What about Drug Wars?
No, but that was on the big.
Yeah,
He got his tail under there. The big calculator was Drug Wars.
yeah, the TI 84.
So anyway, before we get too off, because that's what we really love
our
to do.
signature move.
So Jerry has a real laugh about the flaming globes, and he writes it down, and they what is this? I'm sorry here. I'm off
What?
here.
Well, no. Then it cuts to. He writes it down. You see him in the middle of the night writing it down. Then it cuts right.
Oh, in the coffee shop.
Yeah, the coffee shop.
Yeah, and Jerry's tired, and he's got the crumbled paper, and the waitress puts down salads for George and Elaine, and George takes out his own cucumber. What do you think of that? Bringing your own.
Add in a whole nother vegetable
That's a lot.
to the salad. That's a lot. Yeah.
I mean, he had to he's walking around with a fucking cucumber.
Right.
Yeah.
In a paper bag.
Yeah. So they're asking him.
brought
to
in
bring
his
an
own
outside
cucumber.
cucumber. they won't, but they won't put cucumber in.
Yeah. Listen, it seemed like the diners in this region at this time, because remember, they go to Reggie's, and he's like, "Can I get a big salad?" And she's like, "We don't have big
Yeah, they're very
salads."
strict on what
Like
they offer.
she's like, "I'll give you 2 small salads." Like they're very uptight about the ordering process, having custom orders. So,
And they just seem like house salads.
Yeah.
oh
It's just
yeah.
weird that it doesn't have a cucumber.
She's like,
because
let me
it's
get a
like-
big salad. It's like
You would
just,
at least think you'd get like two pieces of cucumber on top.
But salads back
right?
then,
like as a garnish at
There's
least.
usually, like,
salads
they make it
back
look all
then,
pretty.
at least on TV, they weren't very appetizing at all.
No, not
Like
it's just a
iceberg.
lettuce.
No,
Well, I feel
salad
like it
didn't
was
get
like-
love until like mid '90s.
I feel like it was just like iceberg, balsamic, and like tomatoes. You
it
know
was
what
like
I mean?
Italian or Caesar.
And like and some cut up onions.
and shredded carrots. They love
Yes,
to make
yes,
the
the
shredded
shredded carrots
carrots.
was a hitter back then.
Yeah, you gotta shred those carrots.
Yes, you got it. The little shavings, like the long strips.
Oh, you know what else was a hitter when it came out and really boosted salads up? I think bacon bits.
Oh,
Well,
Well, not
yeah.
when they came out because they've been out for. But do you remember the promo those things got in the '90s?
People were like, "What?
Get bacon in a jar, bro. My mom got them. I
No,
dumped
it
the whole
was-
thing on a salad. I was just eating.
Your dad
hand-
like pissed or something.
Yeah, I was eating.
It was
handfuls of-
expensive.
Yeah,
I think Bakos was expensive.
yeah, Bacos.
Bacon bits are fucking
It was
stupid,
just like
though.
smoked pork. It wasn't even. It was bad.
It was just weird that like it took a company to actually put
Yeah.
that product out before people
Right?
were like, "Wait,
No, but you know,
you can chop up bacon and
put it on
some
salad?
shit."
And you know what the
Dude.
craziest part is? It didn't sit on your salad well because it's like salt or
bro,
pepper.
they're like so overrated. Like people are like chili cheese fries with bacon bits.
Now,
You
listen,
never can
yo,
taste them.
Listen. They used to have back when I was young. They used to have the Wendy's, and they used to have a buffet.
Yeah.
Do you remember
At
that?
Wendy's,
We
they
used
did?
to hit the
You were-
Wendy's
you were,
buffet.
like,
There was a Wendy's in
had
Fort
all,
Washington
like,
that had
the baked potatoes with all kinds of shit.
Yes.
It had pudding on it. It had
Chili.
nachos and chili. Right.
Do you remember
I
the-
don't know what kind of
Do you remember the
Buffets?
Pizza Hut
They don't really have 'em
Pizza
anymore.
Hut had a lunchtime buffet. It was almost identical to the Wendy's one. And they had one of those near us, and we would go get that when we were like kids because it was
That's
like
wild.
it was like $4. You know what they had, which was they had breadsticks in the buffet.
That's
Pizza
crazy.
Hut had the breadsticks back in the day. If you remember, you probably don't because you're like 7, Roman.
But
No,
yeah,
I'm
it's-
14.
It's weird that they were
Same thing.
eating these salads and it's
Yeah, dude.
just having salad in the diner.
Yeah.
Buffets. Wait, I have one thing to say
Go ahead.
real quick about buffets.
Yeah, what's up?
One time I was at Ruby Buffet next to Masquerade.
Fuck yeah!
I was
the
there.
best
Dude,
fucking Chinese.
That
food
shit is
buffet.
terrible.
Terrible.
Are you serious?
The
It was
best
so
Chinese-
bad.
You're
pissed.
crazy.
It was so bad, and a
Listen.
man was just crushing a bucket of crayfish, just like
Crayfish.
Yo,
or
people
crawfish, whatever.
Go there.
Crayfish is something else.
Crayfish are East Coast crawfish.
Yeah, that's true.
People go there strictly for crab legs.
Yeah.
Dude, that
It's-
place
and it's like
it is
a fight. It's
disgusting.
like a line. Like as soon as they're empty of crab legs, like they demand more crab
Yeah.
legs.
Well,
from
everyone wants all that.
But
that
I
seafood
love
there.
that place, man. Fuck, they got sushi.
I got a gift card.
They got sushi
It
rolls.
was not.
Roman.
I know I had it. It wasn't good.
Yes, you're crazy.
It was not
'cause you
good,
eat so much stuff that's not good. and you
Whoa,
say
whoa,
that's
whoa!
not good.
What? I
Yeah,
eat
you
only
love all
good
food. You
things.
give all food raving reviews.
That is not
Anyway.
true.
They're in this restaurant. Jerry, you gave South Street Diner 5 stars on your Yelp account.
In fact, I said the
Roman,
opposite.
Pizzeria Uno is your favorite
Oh
restaurant.
my god!
He has
here
a
we
Yelp
go.
account, and it's
Okay,
literally
classic
the
joke.
header.
This guy over
Pizzeria-
here is like
Pizzeria
Andy's Diner, best restaurant
It is,
ever.
it's delectable. I've never had a quesadilla that's so good.
KCD.
Yeah,
That chicken was succulent.
bro.
chicken.
Right now, there's just a bucket of chicken that's been sitting there for like 4
Drew
or
had
5
problems with the cheesesteak one, the steak
It wasn't as
quesadilla.
good. No,
It wasn't.
months. No,
it
they're
was
not
just
known for that.
cheesesteak meat.
They're not known for that.
Yes, because
They're known for
what
their-
everybody knows about
their
is their
whole thing is
delectable,
crab cakes.
succulent chicken quesadilla and the crab cakes.
And the best thing they offer, the best thing on the menu is their handcrafted, hand spun, and mixed ginger ale. It's so good because it dances on your tongue. It's so good. The bubbles are
Coke
crazy.
mixed together.
That's what I mean. They mix the perfect amount of Sprite and Coke with good diner cubes, the small squares with the little divot in them.
man.
They got diner cubes. Don't get
Oh,
me
my
started on
God.
ginger ale. It's
This
so
What about
Episode's
that
gonna
hand
last.
carved turkey?
no, but it's it's all right. We're letting everyone know what we do. So we're talking about a diner. They're in a diner. you know,
True.
we're right
Parallels.
there. Yes. So anyway, Jerry says, "What have I done? I can't read the note." He's got this note. Wait a second. Fax me some halibut. Is that funny? No, it's not. So Elaine can't read it. She says, "Don't mess with Johnny." Johnny, who's Johnny? Johnny Carson? Did I insult Johnny? So you know, that's another thing. So I guess Jerry in this show has he been on Carson in this show?
Probably.
So if Jerry's been on Carson in this show, his status would be. I feel like he'd be way more famous back in the day if he was on Carson though, because he just willy nilly walks around New York. But I guess there's a lot of famous people in New York.
Yeah. He was definitely on Carson in his time.
No,
Jerry
I know that.
Seinfeld.
But in this show,
Oh,
do
yeah.
you think that he was? Because right here though, he says, "Did I insult Johnny Carson on the Tonight Show?" So maybe this is just giving you a look into. But they may, but because he was on Jay Leno, he was on other shows.
Yeah.
Anyway, just thoughts. I never really thought
Maybe
about that.
he dreamt he was on the show and thought he insulted
That's
her.
That's how I
That's gotta
interpreted
be
how
it.
I-
No,
that's how I
you're right. Yeah,
interpret it
no,
also.
because that's what I'm saying. I feel like they would have, I don't know. I feel like he's playing a less famous comedian.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
show
right.
than in real life, anyway. So, George says, "Let me see that," and Elaine says, "Where's Kramer?" Jerry says, "That's like asking where's Waldo," and then George says he's having a heart attack.
Yeah.
Jerry says it's because he made him watch this.
The
PBS.
Told him not to
Yeah.
watch.
Coronary Country.
Yeah, Coronary Country.
Country.
And George starts listing all fucking
And yeah, oh my
reasons
God.
he's having it. His
Yeah.
left arm, tightness, shortness of breath.
Yeah.
And Elaine and Jerry are just discussing back
Yeah,
and forth.
they're like, it's a whole joke to them.
Yeah, they're barely paying attention.
And then, and
Which is an ongoing thing, is George is in dire need of attention.
Condition.
They're just having fake
Right.
little
Yeah.
side
They don't
talks.
take him serious at all because he's
He's
clearly
George. He's the boy
right.
that cried wolf.
right.
So he says there was nothing else on. Oh, left arm. Da 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 da. So, you want me to take you to the hospital? And he says, Manhattan Memorial, less of a line. I'll call an ambulance. So the waitress comes over and leaves the check. Meanwhile, George is claiming to be having a heart attack, and he takes umbrage with.
The check.
check.
The price.
Yeah, there was he got overcharged.
discrepancy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a problem with it.
He's having a heart attack. He's got time to debate the bill.
I mean, listen.
That's George. That is a George
Yeah.
move.
It's very in character.
So, let me see. So next scene, they are in the ambulance,
Yeah.
and this scene was inspired by a news report where a driver stopped an ambulance in the middle of the traffic to have a fist fight with another EMT,
Wait,
leaving
that's-
a dying patient unattended in the back. So this is based on a real story, and this is another thing that makes us, makes me SMH and you as well shake my head at Roman because he doesn't know what a chuckle is.
No.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
But it's funny because the other guy doesn't know what a chuckle is.
I don't. Yeah, but that candy was like discontinued when?
Never.
No,
It's still
they
offered.
still make chocolate.
They do not.
Roman.
I know candy.
Drew, can you hit the internet real quick? Because I bet you find them.
I know candy. Okay.
We
And I'm
can get
telling
some
you.
chuckles right now.
Everybody right now, Roman doesn't know what didn't.
In fact, I'm gonna go
whatever
on
word I just
Amazon
said,
to see if we can get
doesn't
it
know
right
what a
from there.
chuckle is, which
In
is an
bulk.
old school gummy candy.
Bro.
I'm sure there's a plethora of candies you don't know about. But
Boom.
speaking of gummies, real quick before you find it, what's your favorite gummy? Mine, we all know what it is. It's a Haribo gummy bear.
Ugh, terrible.
Stop it. You fucking eat them
Awful.
in droves. Chuckles offered right now.
I kind of.
Listen,
feel
Chuckles
like I-
aren't, it's not like they're bad. I don't want every flavor. The lemon's super lemony.
The lemon super lemony. I
It's
was
like
never a fan of green.
A juji
Well, green,
fruit.
you know
Is
what?
it like a juji fruit?
Old
No.
school lemons and greens and oranges is what threw me off of Ice Pops back in the day and gummy bear colors when I was younger. But the Ice Pops and the gummy bears are delicious in those colors, whereas these are not.
No, see, but I don't deal with
What do they have,
Haribo
purple, Drew?
because they're so hard. The Haribo.
It's red, yellow, purple, orange, and green.
I think orange is actually good, and I think red's good. Purple
Okay.
might be good, but I'm not
Purple's
sure.
purple. I
Yo,
enjoy
you know what's
purple.
fucking banging? those fucking Nerd Rope clusters, yo.
Nope, don't like them. Hate them. Nerd rope cluster.
Listen,
They're good, and I've seen you fucking throw a bag down.
Well, definitely. Then
Try
I had some
edibles.
with you. They were good. Well, that's the other thing. That's what made me even try a Nerd Rope.
Me too.
But
I had no choice.
They're not bad. I mean, listen.
Not a fan.
Fucking good.
Yeah, I'm not going like I got to go to the store and get some Nerd Ropes
They're
or Nerds.
if you got a Rite Aid card.
Now, Nerds were the shit in when this came out. Nerds were the shit.
They had nerds back then. I thought nerds were invented like during my lifetime.
Roman, the word nerd. Like, are you?
I just don't remember them for a
Nerds
while, and then
candy.
they fucking popped up on
Check
the scene.
this out. Gonna blow his mind. Back in the day, Nerds cereal, 2 different flavors. You open the top like a big Nerds box, and you could pick what you wanted.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, they had Nerds cereal. It was
What?
clearly not Nerds. It
Oh,
was Nerds.
that was my
flavor.
next question.
But they'd have like red, and that was the whole point of Nerds was to have different flavors.
Yeah, I remember they used to have like nerds were they must have had a comeback or something because I remember a
They
couple
did.
of Halloweens.
They rebranded
Yo,
them and put like
all
faces
types
on
of
them
crazy
and
shit.
stuff,
Yeah, they
or,
had
or something.
Yeah, faces and shit. But no, all I was
Was it
gonna
like
say
a
was
Willy Wonka candy?
in like the commercials.
yes.
they did it.
Wait, I think it was. I think it was
I'm
like a
pretty
Wonka
sure.
thing because remember
Well,
they had that
Wonka is
run.
a candy company.
No, I know that. That's what I'm saying. Like I think because they had a run of like fire shit.
Well, I mean,
Because I feel like what was the
nerds
other
are-
one?
nerds
Fun
are-
Dip. I feel like Fun Dip was a Wonka thing.
yeah, but Fun Dip was. I mean, I
I
used
just
to buy
like the
that
stick.
at the Glenside Country Club from Jose, the ice cream truck man,
Wait,
in
what
1988.
at the Springfield Country
No,
Club?
the Glenside one, the one you got lost at.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
the one you
It
tried to
probably
walk
was. Yo, wait, real quick. Side note,
Glenside
but
Swim
because
Club,
I
not
know
Country Club,
Mike
Swim
will
Club.
relate. Yo, Orland Swim Club though, the snack stand there, fucking fire burgers, and they were the kind that you fuck with, the kind that tastes like they're from a cafeteria.
Well, yeah, the best hamburger I ever had in my life.
like Wawa hamburgers?
No, those are
no.
terrible.
The best hamburger I ever had in my life, and I'm not joking when I tell you this. This has stuck out my whole life. Okay?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to paint a picture for you. We're at the country club, swim club, John. And we rarely stayed late. Sometimes
That's fine. I got another better.
okay. Roman over here, unprepared Roman. So sometimes we would stay late. Very rare though. So I remember one night we were there late. My mom was like, "Oh, just go get something to eat from the snack bar." And I went down. I got a cheeseburger, seeded bun.
Where was it from?
It was the Flowertown Country Club.
Okay. Trying to think
Seeded bun, cheese on like a cheap burger, served by a man with like clearly like Bell's palsy or like what's the John where you shake? What's that disease? From
don't know.
alcohol? Maybe he just had the shakes.
Yeah.
Anyway, this guy was a full blown. He worked at the golf course, and he would work the bar, and he served me this fucking. They had a snack bar window you could go to.
Yes,
Nice.
Dude, I literally got a Coke, a frozen Snickers, and this cheeseburger. And it's been the basis of all my cheeseburgers my whole life.
No, it's true though.
And it was probably in 1990.
Like when I used to play baseball, yo, like back in Roxborough. Go to the
It's like a
snack
cheap
bar,
high
hot
school.
dog.
It's like a high school cheeseburger.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
Typical
just cheap.
frozen patty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
now
it's
I'm
something about
fucking-
when they sit for a second and they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's something.
Are any high schools open right now? Do you think we can go get one? Like, you can't get that.
No,
Not
you gotta
in a
get.
place
Yeah,
like
you have
that.
to cook them yourself and let them sit. They can't be burning like steaming
Yeah,
hot.
You have to
Yeah.
put them in a foil bag also.
Yes.
Yes, that's the
With
that's the
checkered, like pattern. You know.
no, that's the key. When we went to this card show like last year, it was in a school cafeteria, and the old lady was there serving drinks and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah.
And she had the movable like silver cooler, John, or like warmer. And I'm like, "What do you got?" And she's like, "Cheeseburgers."
Loading.
Yeah.
True.
How much were
Yeah.
they?
How many did you?
Yes.
I would have gave her a 20.
No, Drew.
saying
And Drew,
no.
like,
Oh.
she goes, no one's ever bought this many. I was buying them and handing Kevin and Chris like 3 at a time. So then I sat there, and then this is why it was awesome because I seen her open it up. She must have made like 50
You know, we
for
also
the show.
used to be able to get cheeseburgers just like that at the zoo.
Yeah. Oh my god, zoo food slamming. Yo, zoo food slamming. It's cafeteria food.
Yes, because
True. Holy shit.
It's all just Aramark.
Yeah. Yep. So yo.
Aramark.
So
is
I
really
sat
like
there and I would
that's what
buy
it is.
Coke off her and I'd buy 2 cheeseburgers at a time, squirt of ketchup, squirt of mustard, 2 bites, you eat it. Now these things, she
Yeah.
cooked them in the morning, so they were just in a warmer.
Oh yeah, dude, so good.
They were like, "Yo, stop buying us cheeseburgers," and that's where the whole thing came from. I was like, "Yo, I'll eat."
Yeah, that's where it
I
started.
must
That's
have
where it all
had
started.
7 of her cheeseburgers in a row.
Yeah.
She was like, "No one's ever."
I'm all
I
for
was
it.
Drew. I was giving her 20s.
Where do you think we can get those right now? Nowhere.
Listen,
Schools are
listen,
closed
hear
for
me
the
out,
summer.
Hear me out. Pennsylvania Turnpike. The rest stop right before it's right before, or it might even be on 76.
Okay.
There's a Roy Rogers.
Yo,
It's
I
like
think I've been to that
before you
one.
hit like King of Prussia.
No, I think I've been to
You
that
know
one.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of course you have. Everybody's been to it. It's on the eastbound
I grew up
side.
on Roy Rogers.
Yeah, they used to have great chicken.
We should have gone to Roy Rogers, and I should have fucked out.
Where are we? Yo, we have to go get food after this.
Roy
We have
Rogers
stuff to do.
chicken.
We're gonna have to cancel that.
Oh well, that's on you. You take care of that.
That's fine. I'll make the call.
Okay, sounds good.
Do you work?
Yeah. I gotta work.
So you can't call.
We
out
can't
of
even
work.
go to
Drew
Andy's.
calls out of work.
Can't go to
We
Andy's.
call out of work. Drew calls out of work.
Did you
Drew,
want to
can
go to
you
the
even
Roy
call it?
Rogers on the
Kinda. I need
turnpike?
one of those burgers now. Where else could you even get a burger like that right now? All schools are closed for the summer. Like you
7-Eleven does.
Oh my god, they're slamming! And I eat one, and I'm like, this is
You
disgusting.
could probably go to 7-Eleven
Yeah,
in
that's like the
Washington.
only one.
Yo,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
they're literally exactly like that. They're literally
I just
exactly,
threw it in my mouth a
and
little
they come in those bags. It's the same kind of paper.
Well, so, back onto the show.
Yeah.
Away from cheeseburger talk. So they get George in the ambulance.
We really just discussed bad cheeseburgers.
How
Dude.
good bad ones are.
Yo, they're
So
so
George
good.
is in the ambulance with Jerry, and he's on the bed wallowing in self-pity,
Yeah.
and he's all set up with the EKG things and the IV tube, and
I never seen a nose fixture like that before this episode.
wait.
What, did somebody rip out a page?
Bro, there's nothing on. Look. Scene D, stock footage of speeding ambulance. Cut to George lies in bed in another bed, groaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the ambulance is later from Ekman. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
What do you
I was
off?
thinking, yes. I was
Oh, it
thinking
cuts right
that-
from the diner to
I was
the
thinking when they
hospital.
called the ambulance, this is where the
Oh, yeah.
fight happened. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, he's in an ambulance twice. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Well, no.
Internet
So then,
error.
so then they're in the hospital, and he's like,
Yeah, George is feeling terrible for
Yeah.
himself. The guy in the other bed is clearly in pain. George is asking if he's okay. The guy's just moaning, which is funny because it shows how in pain he is, and he still tells George to shut up when George is talking to him. George is talking about him saying he had his tonsils out, and that's another fun fact of the episode. Larry Charles, who had his tonsils removed when he was younger, they grew back.
wow, I
Based
thought,
off that.
wait, so this really does happen.
Listen, yeah.
I thought this was like a joke that they were saying.
Nope. And then it cuts right to Jerry showing a nurse the paper, and she says, salami, salami, bologna.
Yeah.
And clearly, definitely not. And the doctor says, your friend's fine. He didn't have a heart attack. That's it. Jerry walks in. How you doing? Anything? You need me to get you a Superman comic? It's like when there's a Superman reference.
Yeah.
But see, that's a weak Easter egg. But
I mean, true, but I feel like they.
'Cause I
just
was
were
trying
like,
to-
it
I was
has
trying
to
to-
qualify.
yes, I was trying to look out for it in this episode, and I feel like that was it.
That
That
to qualify. to
That
qualify.
definitely was it.
It's like you when we're out and you're getting antsy, and I'm like, "Do you need a little treat?"
That
And whenever
never
we get
happened.
to the register, it's always, "Can I get one of these?" The other day it was caramels. He needed to get one, and we got him some caramels. And he was a good boy on the
No.
trip, and he
I,
got a treat.
There you go.
that's not what
it's like
happens.
you.
That's not what happens at all.
George says no thanks, and Jerry starts asking him about things he can have if he dies, and girls that he used to date. And
Yeah.
he'd call. And he asked, "Would it be all right if I called Susan Davis?" And
Yeah, he gets real
Yeah.
upset about that. I wonder
he
who
says,
Susan
"It's not
Davis
like we'd be
is.
bumping into you."
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's funny as shit.
that's great.
that's pretty good.
So George says, "Go ahead, call her. Jerry, kill me. I'm begging you. Just get it over with." And Jerry says, "Kind of like this," and he put, "This is funny."
Yeah.
Yeah, he suffocates him.
Weird, like very
It's
dark.
hilarious. You can see Jerry loves it because Jerry loves like psycho shit. Jerry's
Yeah.
yeah, dude,
Jerry's like the Patrick Bateman of this time.
fully because he's always talking about serial killers and shit.
Yeah, he's also like does the same like weird shit. He's similar to like a Dennis Reynolds as well.
Yes. So he is putting a pillow over George's head, and Elaine
Yeah.
comes in. Jerry, and George says, "What are you doing here, Elaine?" He clearly looks
Right.
overly,
Yeah.
guilty. And he says there's nothing wrong with him. The doctor said he's fine. Oh, I'm sorry.
George replies with the word jerk off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
he's
gotta
calls
talk
him a
about
jerk.
that.
Funny
for a
about it.
minute.
It's funny
So wild.
Yeah,
because
he yells it at him. Jerk off.
jerk
Yeah.
off. For one, that was edgy in 1990, 91 to say jerk off. No other shows really said that. I don't
No,
Yeah.
we've talked about this before. They made such big deals about big shows at the time, saying the word shit or showing an ass.
And that was like NYPD.
And that was
Blue.
later.
Could you
Yes.
say shit on TV like that? Then?
They let them do
No.
it finally
Yeah.
on NYPD Blue. I want to
NYPD
say
Blue.
in like the mid '90s.
Yeah, and it was at like 10 o'clock at night.
it was like a big
Right.
thing.
It
They
was
put
a
like a
huge
warning.
Well, it's so
thing.
And you
what's
saw Sipowicz's booty.
that's why like in movies where it's like PG-13, but you can get in one fuck. Like, have you ever like
Well, they
they'll be
always
like
do.
they'll let
They
you
get
have
that.
one.
At
You
the
can
end,
say
someone's
shit
like,
as
"You
many
fucked
times
with
as
the
you
wrong
want.
people."
You can get in one fuck. 2 fucks R-rated. 1
So
PG-13.
weird.
You want to know something too that was different about the time? So this is the dynamic I've always found. If they gave you a warning, I feel like they were more lenient back then.
Right.
But they didn't really let a lot of shit fly back then, especially with like cursing on TV, network TV at that. Than in like a primetime comedy. But for instance, the movie Adventures in Babysitting.
Is there a
PG.
fuck in that? Well, back
Yes.
then, yeah.
They
Different.
throw a knife into the kid's foot. She takes it out and says, they say, don't
Don't
fuck with the
fuck with
lords of hell.
babysitter.
And she says, don't fuck with the babysitter. So that's not only
Two
one fuck,
fucks.
but 2 fucks in
And
a
it
very
was
threatening
PG.
manner in a knife fight. And the movie's PG.
Yeah.
Clearly.
There
Well,
was
no.
a lot of porn reference in that too.
But that's my point. There's a lot of other movies like that. But that.
Yeah.
The kid's name
Darryl,
was Daryl
yes.
in Adventures.
No,
in
because
Babysitting.
I remember being really young and like there would be a movie it'd be like G or PG, but it was like from the 80s. And my parents were like, "Yo, fire this off." And then like you're halfway through and you're like, "Holy shit, there's like it's like inappropriate." Because
And
They said
it's
it was-
also funny because that's kind of a vulgar word, and it's not really in. It's not in George's.
like
Nature.
vocabulary.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I mean.
Right.
I feel like the word jerk off is like.
Like I grew up saying that word a lot, but
right.
Yeah, but I feel like that's one of them
different
words. If
popular
you
word
said
in my
that, yeah, but you
neighborhood.
get like, if you said it in the wrong.
Oh,
thing,
you would
it's-
definitely
it's
get
worse than saying
penalized.
Fuck almost.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
right,
Well,
right.
You know,
It's like the episode where the kid keeps
We
saying
basically
fuck.
calling somebody a load.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
you
That's
know?
what I mean. I just never heard. So like when he said that, and this always stuck out to me on this episode.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like you know the episode where the kid is like, "I want to be like Jerry. He's a funny,
Funny
fuck,"
fuck.
and then
Yeah.
he says it again. And
Yeah.
when
the
Kramer's
fuck you
singing,
doing?
oh yeah, that. But then Kramer's singing, remember, and it gets beeped out by the horn of the car because it's after the fucking. The pageant girl breaks up with him. He
Yeah.
won't go out with the pageant girl because he's like the
chaperone.
The chaperone, yeah. And he's like, "Oh, shut the!" And the horn of the car like censors it.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
So we are. Excuse me. We're still in the hospital. And Elaine says, "Hi, George. How you feeling? Does anybody get in your apartment?" And Elaine and Jerry just sit there, and they're having a little like inaudible conversation.
They're
Clearly, just doing like fake. It's what usually
they don't want to pay attention to him.
Yes, it's what
Yeah.
background actors, are usually
Yes.
doing. But they are having this conversation. George sees that they're not paying attention. He doesn't like it. And he says, "I'll take up yoga. I'm going to change my life. I'll eat right. I'll calm down."
Yeah.
Is anybody listening? So the doctor comes in, and Mr. Costanza George is saying, I feel better. Doctor says, I ran some tests, a complete workup. And you simply didn't have a heart attack. Oh, thank you. I didn't know. I don't know how to thank you. Jerry says, George, that was fun. Can we go home?
Yeah.
K-Man comes in.
Yes.
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 Well, the
Delivers
doctor
a
says, I
great
like to
one.
keep him overnight to be safe. And I can believe there's nothing wrong with me. I want to go
Yeah,
that
he's all
far. And he
happy.
says, what is it, meningitis? Yeah, so it's a whole thing. And that's where he says, if you had your tonsils taken out, I did when I was a kid. And he says, they've grown back. Your adenoids are swollen, too.
I really thought that was a joke. I really did
it
know
does.
that
So
was
does Elaine,
apparently a real
because then
thing.
she just shoots her shot.
Yeah, with the
And here
doctor.
she goes right in front of Jerry, shooting her shot
Yeah.
with somebody
Which
in
is
the
a
hospital
common
again. It's
theme.
what she
Elaine,
does.
yeah,
It
Elaine
really is a
shoots her
common
shot.
thing.
Sure, yeah.
In the hospital. It's so
There's
funny.
a lot of weird like hookup things in hospitals here because there's that with them. Then when the guy is sick in the hospital and the girlfriend
Well,
makes
yeah.
Jerry kiss her in the hospital.
Oh
over him
yeah. The neighbor.
with the coffee cake.
Yes,
It's
the
funny,
Drakes.
too, because, you know, the one time Jerry does it, Elaine kind of gives him shit. for it.
Yeah.
But she's always,
Yep.
always.
Yeah,
shooting
the
No,
her
friend-
there's a
shot.
different standard
The
between.
guy
her
lost
and
all
him,
that
for sure.
weight, and he's like, "I'm the boyfriend."
Yep. So George is saying, he says it happens, and Jerry says, yeah, if you've been exposed to gamma rays. And Elaine and the doctor flirt over tonsils
Yes.
a bit. And Jerry says it's like the Capulets and the Montagues.
Montagues.
Oh, Montagues, I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
Montagues. Sorry,
The,
Roman.
the Montagues, yes.
Sorry, Roman. Do you know I never knew their last names till right
Okay.
now?
Why? Well, it's not.
Yeah. So who was it? Romeo?
Juliet
Juliet
Montague
Montague,
and Romeo Capulet.
Yeah.
Romeo
There was. Didn't you
Capulet?
see the? There was a movie in like.
Yeah, the
Oh.
90s.
Oh,
One.
dude, banger with
No.
Leonardo
It
DiCaprio.
wasn't 01. It was before.
It's
that.
not
It
a
was
banger.
Was
97.
it? Was it that? Was it that? Was it
97?
late
No, I
90s?
want to say it's 98, 99.
That movie's
It was,
so
Yeah, the
awesome,
Romeo and Juliet one.
so good.
It was
Why?
like all the kid actors at the time. Do you know I
Because
never?
it's sick because they got guns and
Was
shit.
Michael Rappaport or no? Was that other kid?
Seth Green.
No, he's like a tall version of Seth Green.
Oh yeah. The
He
other
was
kid that
in-
was always Scream. He was in Scream and all that.
I think the kid who doesn't he play Ray Donovan's youngest brother
No, that's Bunchy. Oh,
when he was younger? Didn't he play in other shit?
maybe I'm not sure. But
Fuck.
either way,
Anyway, yeah, it was like John Leguizamo.
Yes,
it was-
no, but it was
you know,
sick
I
because they
never
like
fully watched that movie.
they like had guns and shit.
I
and they
only
were, like,
the only
shooting
reason I remember it is from school. We had
Wait, you watched it? Oh, I guess
they
I
had
watched
the-
it. in
no,
school.
we read it in school.
Oh,
No,
oh.
no, I'm talking about the movie that
Yeah,
we're
the
talking
movie
about.
No, we
came
did
out
watch it
later.
in school though.
You know, but that'd be more of a reference nowadays than kids actually fucking
Yes.
reading.
If
it.
I watched that, I'd
you know what I
probably
mean?
know.
Like we read that shit.
I read
So-
it, and a banana got smashed in between the pages.
The doctor says, I strongly recommend they come out. And George says, you mean with a knife? And he says, when you wake up, you can have ice cream. And George says, that's what they told me last time. All he wants is fucking ice cream.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Um,
I mean, I get it.
so, let me see. This was also, the plot from this fiend heart attack was drawn from Jerry Seinfeld's personal experience of having a friend that was a hypochondriac. So this really is, again, every episode is based off of somebody's
Yeah.
real life. This so far is not a lot of Larry stuff. It's usually based off Larry.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
But they already
so
did. Like, it's like how many goddamn things happen to Larry that can be TV shows?
Right.
Apparently a lot.
A lot more.
Yeah.
So, yes, the nurse's translation of Jerry's scribbled note, "Salami, salami, bologna," was a line from the Popeye cartoon. So, just a reference to that
Okay.
OG shit. You know, I know Popeye, but I don't know it.
I watched Popeye.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I couldn't give you
Yeah,
like.
no.
Have you ever
Yeah.
seen a Robin Williams Popeye movie? Robin
Never.
Williams played Popeye.
Shelley Long.
Shelley
Never.
Long, Robin Williams. Who played Blue?
Oh yeah, Shelley Long was in that.
I don't remember.
Somebody. My aunt used to be like, "Watch this." And I remember being like,
This movie sucks.
Popeye.
You're like, this is so bad.
I remember one time we were all looking for movies to rent. Right, we're at fucking Blockbuster. 'Cause
Okay.
there was a Blockbuster by my cousins. We couldn't find it. And my aunt was probably getting frustrated. We're taking forever. She's like, "Just rent this," and picks up a movie. Grizzly Adams. It was like an old dude in some dirt with a beard. Like, what the fuck? Grizzly Adams.
Grizzly Adams.
Yeah,
Maybe it wasn't called Grizzly Adams, but it was something like that. I was just like, no, this is from 1944.
Paul L. Smith played Bluto. Shelley Duvall was Olive Oil, and
Yes.
Robin Williams was
Shelley
Papa.
Duvall, great.
From The Shining. Shelley Duvall from The Shining.
Yes,
That's right. Yeah.
great movie.
They're saying Shelley Long. That's funny.
So this is right where Kramer comes in, yeah. And let's see.
He's absolutely impressed by the
Yeah,
cafeteria.
the cafeteria food.
He says, what my favorite line of the episode, it's like Sizzler opened up a hospital.
So good, so good.
Do you remember Sizzler, Roman?
But all he
Yeah,
has
they
is
still.
milk
It's
and
still.
a
Is
salad.
it still around?
I don't think so.
Sizzler.
I don't think Sizzler's
Let's
around.
see where the
anymore.
closest.
What
Sizzler
is Sizzler? Just it's in a
I always
family-style
I always-
American
you know
restaurant,
what I-
right?
No, it was a seafood restaurant.
Was it seafood or steak?
Maybe steak and seafood.
But I
thought
feel like it wasn't even steak because
they always seem
I
competitive
remember.
with
I
Red
feel
Lobster.
like there was a lot of sirloin and fried shrimp.
Yes, always fried.
Sounds delectable.
No, it does, but I mean that's like top shelf. You know
Well,
what
I
I
feel
mean?
like they would often compete or be like they seemed like Red Lobster to me. Red Lobster. Ugh.
You know, apparently all their seafood is like ethically raised or some shit.
Who, Red Lobster?
Yeah, that's what I've
Raised in the
heard.
Good for
backyard in a
them.
bucket.
Good for
Come on. So yeah, he says like
Sizzler
Sizzler's
Catering.
opened up a hospital. Great. And he's
Catering.
eating a salad with a spoon,
With
and
a
he's
spoon,
drinking milk.
Drinking a little carton. of
You'd think he'd
milk.
have more stuff. If
Yeah.
it's like they open a
Do you,
Sizzler.
you ever,
Right?
you know any hospitals with really outstanding cafeterias? Jefferson's good.
I'm not
Really?
sure which one I was at because I've been through a few with like grandparents and stuff. But one time I had to go with. I remember me and my friend had to go with my mom. It must have been like on the way because she was like, "Yeah, you guys got to go. Like, come with me."
Yeah.
Forget why. I think we helped her do something. But then she was like, here's money. Go downstairs, and there was all sorts of shit down there.
Really?
Yeah, we were firing off. They
You
had,
don't
like, a
remember what
McDonald's.
hospital it was?
No, but there was a McDonald's and like
In
one
the
or two-
hospital.
Yeah, one
Well
or two
funded.
other things. Yeah, can't remember. I think Children's Hospital has a McDonald's in it.
Probably. If there was a McDonald's, it probably would be
Yeah.
like Children's Hospital or
Yeah.
something. But yeah, no, there's some good. Anyway, Kramer's impressed by it.
Right.
Yes, he
Great.
loves it. And
Sizzler.
so, how did you have a heart attack? And he says, "What are they going to do? The zipper job, like the staple?"
Yeah.
They'd
fucking
love
joint?"
to do zipper jobs.
Yeah.
They love it. And you know, Kramer keeps telling him, warning him, and Jerry's like, "He didn't have a heart attack." And he says, "That's good." He says, "I have to have my tonsils taken out. George, we got to get out of here. Got you out of here right now. They'll kill you." And he says, "Oh yeah, my friend Bob Sacamano. He came in here for a hernia operation, routine surgery. Now he's sitting around in a chair by the window, going, 'My name is Bob.'" George, whatever you do, don't let him. Like, it's crazy. And look, again, this is the first mention of the unseen friend Bob
Yes.
Sacamano.
Which is funny because he later
This
clearly
is the
isn't
first
that-
reference.
Of Bob Sacamano.
Bob Sacamano, first
Yeah.
reference.
And he was a real life, named after a real life friend of Larry Charles. After the
Is
episode
this
aired,
Larry Charles?
the one-time friends had a parting of ways, purportedly due to the use of Sacamano's name and having it linked to such an eccentric character. The fictional Sacamano will be referenced in 10 Seinfeld episodes. So
Really?
life
Only
Sacamano got
10?
mad at Larry
Seems-
Charles for saying
Doing-
he's
Doing all kinds of strange things.
crazy in his head.
Selling
Whoa,
rat
just
hats.
doing eccentric things.
But I think it was after this, the first mention.
That's so funny.
Rat hats.
After the
difference is
episode
negligible.
air, yeah. So just from this first use of it,
Right.
and then he was probably like, "Fuck it, let's keep using it."
That's great.
That's really
That
good.
is pretty great.
Oh, this is another thing. So Pat Hazel, the man in the other hospital bed, was a special consultant to the show and a regular audience warm-up comic during the first couple seasons.
His name was Hap Hazel?
No, Pat Hazel.
Oh.
Calm down, Pam.
No, because I knew somebody named Hap. I
The
really did.
He was also in the pilot, but yeah, that's the guy who was screaming and told George to shut up, which is pretty funny.
Hap Hazel.
So yeah, you know, George says, "What should I do, Kramer?" And Jerry says, "One thing, don't listen to him." He says, "I'll tell you what you do. Go to Tor Ekman.
Know somebody.
Tor,
named Hap?
Tor.
I
Right
do.
up.
Is he like a pitcher for the White Sox.
He's my
in the
friend.
40s.
He's my childhood friend's dad.
Yeah, I mean,
My
like,
childhood friend's dad. Yeah, he was definitely born in the Depression.
He was not.
They're like, we'll name him Happy.
No.
So, Tor will fix it right up. He's an herbalist, a healer, George. He's not just going to fix the tonsils and adenoids. He's going to change the whole way you function, body and mind. Ekman, I thought he was doing time.
no, he got out. He's out. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clearly, right there, I'm out. I'm off of it. The medical establishment, they tried to frame him. He looks around, but he's a rebel.
It's all politics.
Yes. So, you want to do... Jerry's telling him to go to the doctor, and Kramer's saying he's holistic. George says, holistic, that sounds right. And he just says, how much do you think it's going to cost you? Minor surgery? Jerry says, I don't know, $4,000. George says, how much does the healer charge? Kramer? First visit, $38. Cheap.
Yeah. 38 bucks.
So, yeah, holistic, that's what I need. So then, next scene, they're in Tor Ekman's apartment.
Jeez.
Tor Ekman's apartment is pretty. It's
Yes.
pretty out there.
They're
It
sitting on
is.
pillows.
Sitting
That's
on
correct.
pillows, and there is a large geometric triangle.
Posters of musicals, famous clients, glossies on the wall.
They have like a small coffee table. Jerry's got his foot up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he says, I made you come down here. Do you like that? And Jerry's telling him he's nuts. And he says, I've been going to all these...
Since I've been going to the doctors my whole life, what's it got me?
yes.
Yeah.
33 years old. I haven't outgrown the problems of puberty. I'm already facing problems of old age. I skipped healthy adulthood. I went from having orgasms immediately to taking forever. You can do your taxes in the time it takes me. So, Jerry, he says, I've never had a good medium orgasm. And Jerry says, I've never had a really good pickle.
Yeah.
Jerry.
And almost in sympathy, he's like, I never had a really good pickle. He's like,
Yeah.
he's, Jerry just can't relate to all that.
no.
The woes of
He's
George.
firing off.
So he says,
yeah.
besides that, what's it going to cost me? $38. So Tor enters. He hugs Kramer very long.
They're buddies.
And they they do that thing where they see each other as if they haven't seen each other in a long
Yeah, they
time.
do a weird embrace. He touches him.
Yeah,
They're
they're buddies. They're tight. Where do you think that relationship stems from?
well.
I think just like his eccentric group of friends, like already we see like Bob Sacamano. And remember, like you were saying, like this is the first episode of Bob Sacamano. Like this is one of the first episodes with, like you kind of see Newman in like the last one, but like we're beginning to see his character.
I think
Come to
also
life
this
more.
could be possibly a guy like this would probably only deal with a nice organic product.
This is true.
Might be the kind of guy that he recommends some things that are
There was jars over there. Could have been some.
Yeah,
basically I'm
Kramer
getting
was
at, I think
playing
he's
with
probably
something.
his,
Could have been some
his
some
his
psilocybin.
connects.
Yeah,
Exactly, definitely offering mushrooms and acid.
maybe some kind
Probably
bud.
some good, yeah. Oh my God, the 90s.
It's
in New York,
91. Yeah,
expensive weed back then.
yeah, but even back then, they had delivery service back
Yeah,
then.
in New York.
Did
That
that?
guy's probably got
Yeah.
the fire. So
It was very expensive, kind bud, shit like that. But from what I understand,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
That's what they called it. So, so he starts asking him things. When were you born? April. You should have been born in August.
Yeah.
He also tells Jerry, "Would you not put your foot on that, please?
Right.
Do you use hot water to shower? Yes. Stop using it. Okay. Kramer, I'm off hot water."
Pretty funny.
So he tells him that the medical business is an establishment, and they need customers. And I'm sorry, medical establishment is a business, and they need customers. And George is still stuck on the water. Can I use hot water on my face?
Yeah.
And he says, "I'm not a businessman. I'm a holistic healer. It's a calling. It's a gift."
He does that
And
thing that Drew likes.
This
Yeah.
is where they.
he's doing all
he's
kinds
like,
of
I
hand
am a
gestures.
yes,
healer.
using his hands and talking with his hands very.
Yeah,
he's
it's
letting his-
hilarious. I don't know why.
His chi out.
Yeah,
No, it is very hilarious.
So
yeah.
Jerry is in his head, and he says, "And you're not a doctor, but you play one in real life."
Yeah.
Which was, you probably don't remember this because they don't do that anymore. But they used to have commercial where the guy would be like, "I'm not a doctor,
But I play
but
one
I play
on
one on
TV.
TV."
Well, yeah. Now they
and I can
just
still recommend This Excedrin migraine. You'd be
Right.
Like, what?
Well, now it just says like underneath. There's like a little thing where it's like
Not an
this
actual
person is
doctor,
not
yes.
an actual doctor.
So, he looks at Jerry and he just says, and George says, "What about shaving?" Again, hot water.
Does it say anything about who he is, the actor? Because that guy's in a ton of
Yeah,
shit.
he is, especially for right at this time.
He is in a ton of things.
Yes, he's in a lot of stuff. That will be on here. So, Stephen Tobolowsky, Tor Ekman. That's who he is. Yes, he's been in a lot of stuff. He plays this role
always
very
like a
well
prick.
because he looks like, yes, often. He's either a prick or like a really nice person. And he looks like super stoned and plays this role very well.
He kills in his tour.
Well, check this out. He faced death many times in his life. He broke his neck in 5 places horseback riding, was held hostage, had a gun pulled on him, and was stabbed.
Steven Tobolowsky?
As an actor, he once turned down the role of Al Borland on Home Improvement. Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
He was
Wow.
He was in
What an
Spaceballs.
underrated role, too. I love Al Borland. That
Maybe
guy's
he didn't
great.
want to work with Tim Allen because he's a rat.
Yep.
He is, yo.
Well, that's, because he got caught with a bunch of
Yeah,
coke in the airport, a
coke.
couple
A
ounces,
lot.
and went
They-
to jail for, what, did like,
Yeah, which
Couple
is
lumps.
funny because
or maybe
the
dinner
dude,
2
the
times?
kid white boy Rick, was convicted under the exact same, for breaking the exact same laws, and they gave him like 37 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gave him like 1,000,000 years.
Tim Allen got out, and
Tim Allen.
And went on to be Timothy Mandela.
Funny story. He sat behind me in a diner once in L.A.
Andy's?
No, no.
You were never in LA, Roman.
well,
Yes,
this is what I'm
I
saying.
was.
So
Lived there for
this
4
is what I
months.
mean. This is where we are telling a true story that is written on paper somewhere, or we're referencing it, and you have to just, you don't feel like you can contribute enough to it, so you tell a lie.
Right, you got to one up.
Right.
You know,
Jerry, he looks at Jerry, says, "You're eating too much dairy." Then he reaches over to touch George. He feels his face. He squeezes it. "You're in disharmony. The throat is the gateway to the lung. Tonsillitis, adenitis, is in Chinese medical terms an invasion of heat and wind." And Jerry again.
Yeah.
Some hot
There's a
air
lot of
blowing in
here.
here.
Hot air blowing in.
And he says, "I live with the Eskimos, and they used to plunge their faces in the snow." Again, George. Could it be lukewarm? And too much dairy. You really think I'm eating too much dairy? Next scene, Elaine is on a date with the doctor. He's talking to her about the tongue. He's
Yeah.
holding her tongue the whole time. Then it cuts right back to the apartment. It says, "Your tea is ready now. This will solve your so-called tonsil problem. It's a special concoction. It contains cramp bark." Wait, hold on. I need to go back 1 second.
Just a pee real quick, but you guys can continue.
Well, here, let's take a little break. Roman's going to do a tanky.
tinkle, tinkle.
And guys, get back here. All right, so what I wanted to say was, I moved past this. Elaine just, again, right out with the doctor, added to her promiscuity.
Yeah, she fired off.
Yeah, real promiscuous.
She's a confident woman of the 90s.
Yeah,
This is
no,
true.
I'm not saying it's bad. She just, she gets it in.
Right, yeah.
You know,
She,
she sees
she
it.
fires off, if you will.
Yeah.
Moving men, fucking mechanics. She loves a blue collar guy.
Yes,
it.
this is true. That is a
Even a
that
bum
is
at
a
one point.
A bum, yeah.
Yeah.
oh
He
yeah.
was burning his furniture.
Yo, I always forget about that
Yeah,
episode.
married bum.
What's Davola?
A
Because
psycho.
doesn't she? No, but doesn't she
Yeah,
kind of
Joey.
hook up with him?
Oh,
too?
100%.
He was a singer.
No,
Or
he
like-
was
what's
he
his-
was
A
aspiring
writer.
Yes,
Yes, he was a
yeah.
writer.
Yeah, because they
With
passed.
My favorite,
They
possibly my favorite Seinfeld quote. Joey, your door's open. It's
I-
okay. I like to encourage intruders.
Yeah, yeah, because they
Can't wait
passed
to
on
do
his
those
show.
episodes.
Remember?
Yes. And he said Jerry gave him the kibosh.
Yes, the
kibosh.
And he kicks
kibosh.
Kramer in the head.
Something's on his lip.
Yeah, something on the lip. A hair.
Yeah, classic.
I
So,
can't wait to do those fucking episodes, man.
speaking of tongues, so Elaine's talking to the doctor that she's now, So wait, this begs the question: do they have sex? Because when it goes back to them and he tries to kiss her,
Definitely
she's
not.
grossed out by the tongue.
Well, because he gave her too much information on the tongue.
Yeah, but
Yes,
I wonder
yeah.
if
Killed
they.
the mood.
I wonder if that's.
He got old doctor
I
wrong.
wonder if later he came back and they did a thing. We'll see in the next episode who she's talking to. So, anyway, they're back into Laura Ekman's. Your tea is ready. It'll solve your console problem. It contains Cram Park. Jerry, I love Cram Park.
Jerry
Tour.
wearing SC90s,
Yeah, you're wearing
blue
the Trainer
ones.
SC, yep.
laying on the couch.
Tour, Cleavers. Jerry, Cleaver. I once had a Cleaver as a kid. I was able to lift a car. And some couch grass.
Crouch Grace and Cleveland.
Crouch grass and Cramp Bark. You know, I think that's what killed Curly.
Is he talking about Curly from
Three
Three
Stooges.
Stooges?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
that's
Three
fine.
Stooges reference.
I figured.
Tor hands the tea to Jerry, who looks at Kramer, and they're very skeptical. Kramer's loving it. Go ahead, George, drink it. Excuse me, Tor, may I ask you a question? Jerry's saying, you're very intuitive. And he gives him the note. And he says, oh, yes, he's laughing. Cleveland, 117, San Antonio, 109.
Which is hilarious because he thinks it's so funny, which is
He's
like
cracking up at a
wow,
score.
at the score of a
And
basketball
then,
game.
Jerry looks like he's a nut. George drinks it, says it's not too bad. Cut to. What's this? Scene 8. George is in the ambulance. This is the scene I'm
He's having an allergic reaction.
His fucking face is purple.
Yeah,
While he drank the tea, he had the
the
triangle.
triangle on his head.
which we have here for anyone that's watching.
Great toy.
Yes.
Yes.
The Funko Pop holistic
Good job.
George Chase variety here with the purple head. Pretty
It's
sick.
awesome. Yeah,
He's drinking
is.
the tea.
he
Yeah.
is.
And he's got the triangle on, so that's pretty cool. We got a couple of them on deck. So George is saying, I'm an eggplant, and the drivers are having such an argument over Chuckles. And, you know, we went into it earlier about
Yeah,
the Chuckles.
Chuckles.
book.
Chuckles candy.
Yeah,
Sugar candy. You know, old school kind of candy.
That can only cost so much, though. You can't charge more for a Chuckle.
I don't think you're getting any kind of candy bar sized candy for less than like a
Buck something. That's what I
high
mean.
buck.
These
something.
days
So
or back
Chuckle is
then?
one of the
Like
things that
buck
should be-
89,
Chuckles should be
$2.
50 cents max. They
Bro,
should
they're
be.
shot,
expensive.
maybe
Yeah, they're
singles.
taxing these.
No,
things.
that's what I'm saying. They should be, but they're not.
Dude, candy's
Like-
expensive now.
Like if Reese's peanut butter cups were like $20 and I wanted one, I'd buy one. Do you get what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have them a lot, but if they're $20, which calm down, Roman. Now he wants a peanut butter cup.
No, I'm thinking about where's the closest 7-Eleven for some of them burgers.
10th in Washington.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, don't make me fire off an order for you. It's
Man, I
Slurpees
really
involved.
know Slurpee's
So-
disgusting.
You threw me off. What the fuck was I saying?
Yeah, Slurpees are lame.
Oh,
I
Chuckles.
don't like 'em.
Yeah, Chuckles should be cheap. So anyway, the guy is saying I had 5 Chuckles. I ate a green one, the yellow one, and the red one is missing. And the driver's like, I don't even like Chuckles. And Jerry's like, maybe he doesn't like them. That's possible. George is talking about his face. The guy's saying, I want that Chuckle back. You hear me?
Yeah.
Jerry says, I'll get you a Chuckle. You want me to get you a Chuckle? It's so funny that they're arguing over the word Chuckle.
Right?
A Chuckle.
I'm gonna bring Roman some chocolate.
We should have a pack right now. That would make sense.
Dude, I mean, I never seen them in a store before.
So the driver says pull over,
It's,
and he says pull over. They're probably at Rite Aid.
no,
says
you have to
pull
go to
over.
a candy store for something like that,
No, you
which don't really
They're in
exist.
that section of the checkout
you
that
can
no
find
one
them at
picks
like
from.
if you're ever eating at like an old.
They don't have it.
They're probably 5 years old.
No, you got to go to like what's that place? Edward Freeman to get those.
No, what's the restaurant that has the store in the front?
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Yo,
They
me and
definitely
Mike went
have
to
the
Cracker Barrel with
Barrel.
Chris once.
I love Cracker Barrel.
Disgusting.
You're
Oh, it's
crazy.
disgusting.
You are
It's
both
terrible.
I'll go there again, but it's still bad.
Dude,
No,
they
it's
offer
bad.
pork chops as a breakfast meat.
It's
Like
disgusting.
where you know what I mean? They got a big country boy breakfast, Roman, that gives you pork chops,
Yeah, the breakfast
and
might be
various-
slamming though. We didn't
Yeah,
have the
listen,
breakfast.
What is in it?
pork chops, bacon, like
Sausage links.
No, but they give it's like sausage gravy over with some biscuits.
Okay.
You know
With
what
like
I'm
a
saying?
pancake and a.
I'm
Dude,
so
there's
hungry.
so much stuff. Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm so
but
hungry.
fucking pork chops, man.
Dude, I might have to go get a 7-Eleven burger after this.
Wait, hold on.
Roman,
So the-
would you fire off pork chops for breakfast?
Hell yeah. Although, like pork chops, I never really ate them like a lot.
Love pork chops.
Yeah,
I
made
like
right.
them. No, I definitely like them.
Oh,
Like-
there's so many good ways to make them.
But like, I never really had like a really good pork chop.
We got to make some pork
Kid
chops.
lives
for
on a
Roman.
farm, never had a pork chop.
No, I've had them before. Also,
You
I
never
ate.
slaughtered a pig and ate it.
We didn't have pigs.
Bullshit.
I already told you that we ate mostly venison.
Okay, calm down.
Jesus, would you
Yeah, they farmed deer.
fucking yeah, just farming deer in Roxborough?
No, they would kill them. They would let them hunt on our property, and then they just give us
in
a deer
Roxborough,
cut.
city limits. They hunt deer
with
On private
bows.
property, you can. I
with
just
bows.
Yep.
Yes, you can use a bow, not an arrow, or not a gun.
That many deer come through there?
Lots, so
Yeah.
many.
No, I do know it's true, but I just still like to call it a lie. So
Wait, we could go bow hunting on your property,
Roman's property
Roman?
right now.
Yeah,
we can
we
go
could.
unlicensed
Well,
bow hunting.
Well, I mean, we could, but I think you are.
Do you know
supposed
how to bow hunt?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Do you?
Yeah.
I
to an
don't.
extent,
you
yeah.
can go get a crossbow. Actually, I'm
Yeah,
ready for
a
this
compound bow.
Compound bow will look crazy, like
one. Yeah, or a crossbow.
Yeah.
You just pull it back.
be like
and-
fucking Rambo.
There's
too.
like but there's like tree stands over there. In my right
Yeah.
where my parents live.
So look, the driver's saying pull over, and he's saying pull over. Did you say pull over? You want a piece of me? So these drivers are definitely going to go at it, and he's pulling over, and Jerry says you're going to fight, and George says I'm a mutant, and Kramer wants to drive. He's driven a
Well, he has
fire
it, yeah,
truck?
but he drives a fire truck.
Yeah,
He drives a bus.
his
He
car
drives a
that
mail
backfires.
truck.
Okay, he would've
He's
driven this.
he's quite the man.
would've
He's
got
quite
right
the
in.
wheelman.
Yeah.
Yes. So he says, "Come on, man,
Drove
pull
a
over."
rickshaw.
Driver says, "Yeah."
Bicycle. Yeah, the rickshaw, the bicycle.
He says, "All right, I'm going to mess you up." So they pull over and go to fight, and George is saying, "My heart, my heart."
The Lark in Florida.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
everything.
He's a.
And
he's
then
a-
his
he's a
boat that he always
wheelman.
had. And the attendant says, "I'm going to kick his ass." Kramer's asking for the keys. You can't leave. This is an emergency. He runs. All this for a chuckle.
We're about to be done.
All this for a chuckle. And that's where Kramer's, like Roman says, "What's a chuckle?" And he says, "It's a jelly candy. He comes in 5 flavors." So it cuts back to Elaine. He's still holding her tongue. He tries to make out with her. She won't kiss him because he just described how disgusting the
Yeah.
tongue is with mucus and hair and muscle. And she leaves. So the ambulance is driving. The other guy is I'm sorry, the driver's back in. He said, "I told him I was going to mess him up. You can't just leave him. You can call him an ambulance."
Yeah,
I told him I didn't take his chuckle. And he says, "I don't eat that gooey crap." Gooey crap.
yeah.
It's not gooey.
It's not. It's like a harder jelly.
Right. Yeah.
Gelatinous.
Like a Haribo.
No, you get a good bag of Haribo's. They're not
No,
so
bro,
soft.
they're so
just,
hard.
No, they just have a.
This isn't.
They just
as
have an
soft.
outer. There's an outer. They're separate.
Nah, see, I like that off-brand John's from like Rite Aid. The Rite Aid brand gummy bears, bussin'. Way better than Haribo.
Want to know something, motherfucker? If you go to CVS and buy Gold Emblem brand, they're the original Haribo's. So you're just buying Haribo anyway. So
Well-
suck it.
They're more succulent. Yo, Starburst jelly beans so succulent. No, yo,
I'm
They
seeing
had that-
Halloween candy.
they
out
got
already. Did you
XL
guys see
beans.
that?
I was like, what?
Reese pumpkins are out.
Yeah, I was like, holy
yo,
shit.
why does a Reese's pumpkin or a tree variation is different than a cup?
Well, the tree.
The egg too.
The tree.
The
is-
egg.
The egg fucking.
I think it's
Slam.
either the tree
Oh
or
my
the egg.
god.
One of them has way more
Yo,
peanut
yeah,
butter
that's
than
what it is.
chocolate.
It's the ratio of peanut butter
yeah.
and it's like something
But
about
they
the shape.
nail it
Yo,
with the-
they're
with the
so
holiday shape.
Yo, they're
There's more
so
integrity to
good.
those shapes, so they can do
The
more
only
peanut
thing
butter.
you're missing is the rigid texture. But
True, but the chocolate isn't as thick on those like the egg. It's thinner, so you bite right into it. Little chocolate, so much peanut butter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, the driver's just saying, "Yo, he got what he got what he wanted." And they're saying, watch the road, watch the road." He crashes. Next scene, they're in the hospital, back in the hospital. This is
Neck
scene 9.
braces.
George has the plastic neck brace and cream all over his face. It's back to regular color. It's not purple any longer. Jerry walks in. He's got the soft neck brace, which I think is what you'd want. But he's jealous of the plastic one. He says, "Hey, where'd you get the hard one? Where'd you get the plastic one?" And Jerry says, "I like that." George can't talk. Did you ever wear a neck brace?
No.
I had to once.
You know what's I just found funny though?
For
Like
I took it off after like a day.
like George is worried about the prices of the surgery and all, but they took like 2 ambulance rides.
Yeah, which is like way more
Crazy
expensive.
expensive.
Right, crazy expensive to call an ambulance.
This one's about to die too.
So, well, it's all right. We're almost done. So, how's life without tonsils? He can't talk. What's this thing going to cost you now? Like $5,000-6,000, he says. And he says even, he goes up, even more than that. Well, we'll live and learn. At least we live. Kramer went to Ekman. He feels better already. George wants ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Elaine comes in. Sorry, I can't stay long. I didn't want to run into Dr. Tongue. There you go. So she didn't.
Yeah,
They
she
didn't do
they
the
didn't
deed.
bang.
And she says, "Here, I brought you something." Gives him the ice cream. Oh, he can't contain himself. He loves it. He's sucking that right down. And you said they don't even offer that anymore for tonsils.
Yes, that's correct.
Because it's counterproductive.
Right, forms mucus.
So
You'd be more likely to get jello.
Jerry says, "Hey, check out the TV." And the TV voice, "It's just as you prophesied. The planets of our solar system incinerating like flaming globes of Sigmund. Like flaming globes. Ah ha ha." Jerry pulls the note. That's it. It's the flaming globes of Sigmund. It's fucking Larry again. And there's nothing funny about that.
No.
Yeah. And at this point,
Not that
again,
funny.
the other guy in the bed, Pat Hazel, "Shut up!" He screams, "Shut up!" again. And George throws the ice cream at him. And he hits him with it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. It rolls into Jerry's stand-up. But I thought I had one more thing. Yeah, so Jerry's line, "You're not a doctor, but you play one in real life," was a parody of the famous line, "I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV," from Vicks Formula 44 cough syrup
Right.
commercial in 84.
Yeah.
And it was Chris Robinson who played Dr. Rick Weber on General Hospital. And yeah, see? And then that's pretty much it as far as all that stuff goes.
Yeah. Well,
And it ends with Jerry talking about, "I have a friend who's a hypochondriac. He always thinks he's sick." And, it just kind of
yeah.
That's it.
fades out. That was it.
Well,
Pretty good episode.
Yeah.
A lot of
I
memorable
love that
things.
episode.
yeah, that's a good one.
Tor Ekman.
Tor Ekman's a hilarious character.
Yeah.
The Purple George is great.
Oh my god, classic.
Watching it now and thinking back on it, my favorite part has to be the ambulance drivers fighting. And now that we know
Yeah.
it's based on, and just that it's over a chuckle. They say chuckle 90
I
times.
mean,
Yeah.
that Sizzler line is classic.
Fighting over the word. Yes, yeah. But fighting over the word chuckle.
Yeah.
It's funny, man. Watching them this way and going over them really makes you just like these episodes so much more
true.
and appreciate them so much more for all these little
Yeah.
funny things. But
What's
Mm-hmm.
what's coming up next?
the next episode is
I just saw it
the
other day.
deal, where Jerry and Elaine make the deal.
Yeah, yeah.
About having sex as friends.
Okay,
Yes.
So that's
Well,
coming
this
up
is
next
a-
season.
yeah.
Season 2, episode 10 will be next. And real quick, I just wanted to shout this out. We already did it, but the Holistic George,
They should have a Tor Ekman one.
they really
that'd be
should.
awesome.
I was actually going to say, man, if that guy makes us a third series of those toys, it'd have to be like off characters like them. So, but yeah, this is awesome. They got him with the T. They got him in. I don't know if he was wearing white sneakers in that, but possibly the wrong sneakers. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome, and that's it. So I guess we'll see you guys.
Yeah,
next
well,
week.
we're going to go to 7-Eleven and get a couple burgers, so we got to get out of here. But before we do that,
Roman,
I'll
take us
fire
out.
you off with a little musical number.
Give us a good one this week. Like hit it with a.
All right, fine.
Hit us
I
with
got you.
But really bubble that out.
All right.
Woo!
All right.
See ya.